Hey everybody, Drew here, and you're in my shop with another second-gen Prius, and here's one of the nightmare things that can happen to them that nobody talks about, including myself until now, when bragging about how great of cars these are. Yes, it's easily the best used car on the market. They're insanely reliable, but they have quirks. All I'm trying to do is change a headlight bulb, and it's one of the high-intensity discharge or xenon bulbs. Let's stop right there for a second. These are well over $100 each at your parts store. Amazon, look for ones with a lot of really good ratings, so you know they're not junk. It was $32 for two of them, and I'd rather do that and have to change them every couple years than spend hundreds. And yeah, anyways, so these are like fins here where my finger is, and you're supposed to unscrew that cap off the back of the headlight, and then there's everything you need to do it. Well, as you see, that one's broken because, and I've done this many times, so I'm not, not just winging this as I go. The amount of force it takes, I had to have a helper actually hold the headlight on a towel so it didn't scratch on a bench while going at just absolutely aggressively going at the back of one of those out of the car to get it to open. So once one of those tabs breaks trying to open it in the car, my next move is to simply take the bumper and the headlight off. Yes, I know that sucks, but the point of this video is to show you how doable it is. First thing you're going to notice when you go, this is a Virginia car, by the way. It's not a rusty Rochester car. First thing you're going to notice is when you go to stick a Phillips head down into this screw, there's no way it's coming out. It's just not, period. You're going to strip it. So if you take channel locks like this and you just pull this guy off and save that because you can reuse it later. These are directional pliers. So if you go the right direction, they lock tighter by the rotational force. So as you see there, I'm easily able to do this. You're going to take both of these off, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 plastic clips, and then there's a screw up in here, which I'll show you when I do it, and then there's a screw that holds in the headlight there, and there, and that's going to allow the headlight to come off and go to the bench, and I'm going to show you how to prevent this from happening again, so stay tuned. All right, the next step is right here. There is a screw. There you go. See that? Right there in the center of your screen. It's got a Phillips head, but it's also got a 10mm head. I'm going to unscrew that and then show you how I pop the corner of the bumper off. Might be able to do it with you guys on film. Everything's harder with one hand. All right, so there's that screw. Wish everything was that easy. And then the corner just kind of, I put, my 4 fingers here, my thumb here, and just kind of wiggle as I pop. And let's see here. There's also, yeah, see that? It also hooks onto the bumper. Now that's enough. Don't let it get scratched or anything like that, but you've got 1, 2 is underneath that black trim. I'm gonna try to get you a good shot of it. Right there, top corner of your screen. And then 3 screws hold on this headlight. Being careful not to scratch anything. You've got a bunch of harnesses to undo. There's 1 down there, 2, 3, 4, 5 harnesses, then bring the headlight to the bench. All right, now that the headlight's out, you can see how easily accessible the ballast is in case you need to change that. I definitely recommend testing your new setup and leave it on for a moment before you screw everything back together. But here's your culprit. This is gonna unscrew. A lot of downward pressure on it while twisting is going to help, and then when it's off, I'm going to show you guys why it is so difficult. Make sure you put it on something that won't scratch the light when you work. So now that it's out, I can show you. There is this big rubber seal, and I'm sure they had some kind of grease on it from the factory. I will be lubricating it with what's called Shinetsu. It's, walk with me over here for a second. You could get it from Honda, any shop, even, you DIYers, you gotta have this. It's $23 for a tube. They'll probably throw 80% of that tube into your coffin with you because you're not gonna need it all throughout your life. I mean, I do this, for a living, and this tube is probably still half full. But Honda makes this stuff, it's the best. But it's just it's a super refined white silicone grease. I'm gonna put some on that seal and make this easier for the next person. I have shoulder problems, and I can't even begin to tell you how just miserable of an experience this is. And by the way, this is I said this is the ballast. It's part of that whole process. This is like a computer. This is part of it in here. I believe that, or that might actually be, that's the motor that adjusts This is the part you'd have to replace if something went wrong. I believe, yeah, that's the driver that moves the high beam versus low beam, etc. But this here, this is your bulb socket. Let me see here. Pardon the, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but yeah, so this is the culprit here. I'm gonna get this off and change out that bulb and test mine, but the reason that your headlight is impossible to work on is because of that rubber seal. It's important that that rubber seal stays in there to keep everything clean, but you've got to do something to lubricate it to make this an easier repair next time. So, yeah, stay tuned. All right, so I've got a decent coating of that Shinetsu on there. I'm going to put this back together. It's still not a one-handed job, even with the grease. And when I say grease, again, it's a highly refined silicone, so it's not just, you know, like axle grease or something like that. But I'm going to put this back together and button it up. Just because I love you guys. Here you go. Ready? There you go. And there you, well, I'm not going to pull it back out. Well, you know what? Again, I love you guys. So there you go. Easy peasy. That was not happening. I mean, it was, I hate to say, almost all the strength I have to get it open the first time. But yeah, one-handed and my left hand to get it open the second time with the grease. So that's the problem solved. Right here, if this was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. But we're going to keep going, so sit tight. Okay, so this was the good one, and this was the bad one. It is maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds that it's been on. It's turned to its white color. By the way, I ordered 4,300 degrees Kelvin, which is kind of, you know, like that. Maybe that's more like 5,000. Isn't my shop ceiling cool, by the way? Sometimes when I roll out from under a car and I look at that, I just feel so lucky that I don't have a lift. Anyways, 4,300 degrees is like white. Anything higher than that, that's not the actual physical temperature, it's color temperature. 5,000 is going to be like computer paper. 6,000 is going to start to get blue. 8,000 is going to be really blue. 12,000 is going to be purple. 3,000 is going to be the color of a lemon. 4,300 degrees Kelvin or 5,000 is suitable as well for the original look. If you want to, you know, upgrade to, you know, like if you go with 8,000, they'll be the color of that extractor. 12,000 will be the color of that bucket that my fingers are, or the bucket lid there. But I went with original, and as you can see, they look great. I've been yapping here for about a minute, and, you know, they were already on for close to that. So this is a success. Again, the big thing is, and if you're sitting there mumbling, wow, you know, there's a million ways. For me, time is money. You watched me do everything here. Filming was harder than the actual work. It's much more effective to just drop the bumper. This is the quickest way to do it. It makes a very, very difficult situation easy by taking some extra steps, which is, by the way, the opposite of what we usually do on this channel. Normally, I show you how to eliminate unnecessary steps, like take apart the whole car to change a headlight bulb. But in this particular case, there is just simply no way to do that without taking the headlight apart. You're going to break stuff. So I'm Drew. I hope this video was helpful. If you're watching it, it has been, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. There's tons of Prius content on this channel. And, you know, there's going to be more and more and more because I love these cars. Our dealership, my wife and I own a small dealership, and we sell like, you know, 40, 50 of these a year. We bring them up from the South, and in 2028, they're going to be legal. The second gen is going to be legal to import into the country from elsewhere, and I'm going to be bringing them in, you know, 3, 4 at a time from Japan. Love these cars. So if you are into that, again, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and please like the video if it was helpful. Hey guys, if I could do it, you could do it. This was nothing but a 10mm wrench, a pair of pliers for the harnesses, and a little stick-to-itiveness and that super expensive grease. So again, if I could do it, you could do it. Hang in there. God bless. Take care. Goodbye.